Hello and welcome to A Long Trotted A Robin, the show where two clueless teenage football fans try to make sense about what they are saying. I am Alexander Greensmith, and with me is Aaron King.
Hello.
That's your introduction.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Yeah, I don't know. Hello, I'm Aaron. I'm here with Alex.
Hello 3 times. You Adele or something?
Yeah, I'm Adele.
I can be Lionel Richie and you can be Adele, because I look like Lionel Richie.
To be fair, Adele's, she's quite a good singer,
Yeah, and she's from the South.
Yeah, she's from the South.
And Lionel Richie is from America, which is a slightly more north than the UK, so I'm the northerner in this.
Yeah, higher latitude, so...
Right.
Yeah.
You know that really crappy badge that's on screen now? We should just put Lionel Richie and Adele on there instead.
I think we should.
Yeah.
Set the badge. They must play in our football teams probably, so,
That would attract more people, because the Americans watching would be like, who is Bolton Wanderers? Who's Bristol City?
Bristol City.
Because they're both now Premier League soccer clubs, so they don't know who we are.
Exactly. They won't know who we are.
Yeah, no, so if we put on Adele and Lionel Richie, they'll know, they'll click on, and then misleading, because we're not singing.
I mean, we could, but we're not going to.
Yeah, we're not going to. Then people would definitely stop listening, all 2 of you.
Oh, well, no, they might listen because they love us.
You're welcome, Mum.
Yeah, exactly. We can invite your mum on the show.
Oh, later down the line, sure thing.
Yeah.
When she was younger, her brothers, 2 older brothers, used to say, "You support Tottenham because they're the bottom of the league," which was such a mean thing to say. But this was back in the late 60s, early 70s.
Wow.
Yeah. So
crazy.
she supports a team in white as well, but they're actually a better club, a Premier League club.
Yeah, just a bit better. Tottenham's just a bit better than Bolton.
Yeah, just a little bit. Well,
yeah,
and Bristol as well, Bristol City as well.
Yeah.
You don't get away with it, just you slightly higher than us in the league.
Well, at least we're better than our rivals.
Yeah.
Bolton can't exactly say the same, really.
Hey, we beat Blackburn 1-0 at weekend.
Okay, but the table doesn't lie.
Look, we were on a worse not winning run than Blackburn were, even though Blackburn were on one of the worst runs since the 1900s. We were on a bad run. We've had 7 wins in 2015. 2 of them have been this season. We've done better than Blackburn. To beat them, that was amazing.
Yeah, that was quite good.
Yeah. Gary Medine, it was beautiful. It was a throw-in, hoofed into the box. He chests it and then turns around and whacks it in. It's like what you do when you're 14 and you finally learn how to control the ball with your chest.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Or not when you're me, because I was really puny then, so it just hit my chest and just bounced off. But now, I've got my broader figure. I could give do a Gary Medine, yeah.
All 5 foot whatever of you,
Yeah, all 5'4" of me.
Yeah, 5'4", exactly.
See, I think Michael Owen was 5'5", so I can be Michael Owen height, because I went onto a website and my predicted height is 5'5", so I'm like Michael Owen.
Yeah.
He's 4-figure score for England, I think, something like that.
Yeah. He did okay for England, he did okay.
I wanted him to play for longer, to be honest, for England, but he didn't. I mean, Capello instead, so let's pick Heskey instead,
Hey, at least Heskey's scoring now,
I'm pretty sure, though, Michael Owen, in the 2010, was, really injury-prone.
Yeah, he was.
And he was always United's, sub, and he wasn't a super sub, either.
Yeah, very true.
Oh, I'm getting flashbacks now to FIFA 06 on my DS.
Oh, God.
They always used to promote, the teams that were, top in the Championship, and I think Bristol City were in the Championship then.
Yeah, no, 2006. No,
2007, was it? Was it 07?
Yeah, 2007 we were there.
That's the one, it was FIFA 07. And I used to transfer Michael Owen to Bolton all the time.
Really?
Yeah, and that wasn't when I knew I was going to be probably 5'5" as an adult.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, back in the day. But yeah, Michael Owen's England career ended in 2008.
Wow. That's quite early, isn't it?
It's quite early. See, this is the best we can talk about England with our 2 clubs.
I mean, I don't have very much England prowess, let's just say that.
Yeah, I think we'll talk about England later down the line in this podcast, if all goes well, but go on.
Anyway, our introduction has gone down the drain, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all the structure we discussed has just gone out the window. We've said a nice little chat about Michael Owen.
I know.
Obvious Owen.
And they don't have any relation to Bristol City, at least. Did he have any relation to Bolton?
Let's search his Wikipedia article. Bristol. Nope, nothing.
Nope, nothing.
Bolton. Oh, okay. I typed in Bolton. We have 5 matches on this page.
Oh, 5 matches?
Yeah, not as in football matches. He's probably played them 5 times, but as in 5 Bolton have been mentioned 5 times on this page. Oh, Sam Allardyce. Bolton manager Sam Allardyce was quoted as saying, "Stop Michael Owen scoring." I can't do a big Sam impression considering that's a he was our manager for like so long, and when I started supporting Bolton.
Yeah.
But stop Michael Owen scoring, and you were 50 cent towards getting a result at Anfield. Oh, it's from that day. And he is right there. He was lethal at Anfield. While Owen had admitted to being frustrated and lack of... Oh, blah, blah, blah. See what else we got about Bolton.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he made his return for Newcastle in the second game of the season against Bolton Wanderers on the 23rd of August 2008. Coming on in the 53rd minute for the injured Obafemi Martins. Oh. Do you remember when he scored in the League Cup final?
Of course I do.
And beat Arsenal. Oh, I felt so bad for Arsenal, but it was funny.
If it was funny. So
I want Birmingham to be back in the Premier League. I prefer him to Villa, I'm not going to lie.
Well, it looks like it's going to be like that way, isn't it? Right now.
Yeah.
It looks like that's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, especially when people don't like Villa because David Cameron supports them. Oh, sorry, West Ham.
West Ham. Oh, yeah, West Ham. Oh, yeah, I remember that speech.
Next up, in 2010-11, he netted an equaliser against Bolton in an away draw, 2-2. Nice one, Mick. Next up, he even played later on in that season when he was on the bench, returning from injury, in the game against Bolton in 2011 on the 19th of March. And finally, it's a Wikipedia reference to the 2-2 draw, where Michael Owen scored and the table stood with Chelsea in first place, 15 points. Man United second, Arsenal third, City fourth.
Oh my god.
Bolton 12th.
That's not bad.
Times.
12?
And it was back when Alex Ferguson wouldn't talk to the media, so Mike Phelan did it, or whoever his assistant was at the time.
Oh, of course, yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah, and then he returned, and then that's when I thought, I think he's going to retire soon, because he's like being all soft now. And so he did.
And he did retire, so, I mean...
Indeed he did. So, how about a long-trotted Robin, eh? A long-trotted Red Devil, more like.
Yeah, Red Devil, a long-trotted Red Devil, yeah.
We should get Michael Owen on this podcast.
Yeah, we should. I mean, we don't have the budget for that, but...
No. A bit of an obvious Owen statement there.
Yeah. Ha, ha, ha. Very funny.
But indeed, welcome to A Long Trotted A Robin, where we are supporting football teams that are a little bit crap.
Well,
Aaron supports Bristol City.
Hello, yes, Bristol City. We're doing okay, I think, you know.
Just because you're doing better than us. And I support Baltimore, who's at the foot of the league with 2 wins all season.
I mean, we've got, 4 wins, I think, City this season, so, you know, we're just a bit ahead of you right now.
Yeah, but we're both in woes.
I agree.
We're going to vent about why our clubs are in this state, how they can get out of it, if they can get out of it, and we're just going to have a lot of banter about along the way. I mean, maybe we'll talk about someone else other than Michael Owen. If we don't, you know, it'll get into the title of the podcast every week.
Yeah, exactly. We need to get him on the podcast, as you said. We need to.
Yeah, I mean, he's from Chester, so which is the same place where my dad was born, so there's a connection there, even though they were born like 20 or 30 years apart, you know.
Yeah. Very true, yeah. Very true.
But I'm sure he lives nearby, because I'm actually a Bolton Wanderers fan based in Derbyshire, and I support Bolton for a pretty weird reason, but it's very sentimental to me, and I still follow them, even though, unlike Aaron, you go to home games and you go to away games, don't you?
Yeah, I go to every home game, and I go to most away games, actually, so, you know.
What away games don't you go to?
You know, the ones that are like Middlesbrough, or those really far away ones, like Hull.
Why? Because they play in red as well, and you can't base
Yeah, I can't bear it. I should have gone to Middlesbrough, to be fair, because we're the only team to beat them away, and we're third bottom. It's a bit...
That is good.
But I'm going to West Brom, the FA Cup game. I'm not going to Reading, actually. I should be going to Reading, but I'm not, so...
But what about Charlton? They're like in a relegation dogfight with us. They're 23rd. We can leapfrog them, and they play in red. What if you win them like 6-0 and you want there to see it because they play in red?
I know, but it's a shame.
Too much of a risk, isn't it?
Yeah, too much of a risk, exactly. I mean, we should have beat them. I think it was last week. We were winning 1-0 the entire game. We should have scored about 5. It should have been 5-6-0. And
I think we drew to all of them.
And then they scored a stupid injury time winner. It was like the MK Dons game we had at home. We were dominating the entire game. We should have scored 5 goals, and then we had a stupid equaliser in stoppage time. So.
Do not mention MK Dons on this podcast.
Oh yeah. Oh sorry, MK.
Nobody likes MK Dons who's not from Milton Keynes.
No, I mean, I don't think most people from Milton Keynes actually likes them because they only get like 10,000 fans every week. So I don't think even they like them.
I'm sorry to anyone who actually supports MK Dons, but it's just I miss Wimbledon.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just the history. I mean,
Wimbledon was the death of old football until now. Football's just a business.
Yeah.
Basically, they were like the last team that just like did what they want. Bunch of lads having a nice kick around. not like I remember those days being a 17-year-old boy.
Yeah.
But, So, yeah, the reason why I support Bolton Wanderers, way back when, Euro 2004, Greece won the European Championship, even though I knew absolutely fuck all about football. Oh, first swear on the podcast! Get that down!
Woo!
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 And we haven't even been talking about one of our teams.
Not yet.
Oh, shit, they are. I don't know if we can count that one.
No, we can count that one. Yeah, that counts. Yeah. It doesn't matter if so on or not.
In the end, we'll have like a button or a counter.
Yeah. Like a ding sound whenever we swear.
Yeah, go for it. Ding dong.
We need to do that.
You just got to make this editing hell for me, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. You don't
You're
have
going to be
to.
like, Bristol will lose like 6-0 to Charlton, and then you'll be like, fucking ding, 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 ding.
Exactly. We'll need that. But anyway, continue. I'm actually interested. You've told me this story before. How
Yeah, I have told you this story before,
Yeah.
but, I've told you over text, so I'll just skip over the line. When I tell a story, I take bloody years. Oh, there's going to swear. I've been triggered now.
Yeah, you're triggered. Exactly.
I take years.
Mm-hmm.
And so I make a mountain out of a molehill. I call it bullshitting. There it is again. Inspired by my dad there. I mean, it's why I'll be good for journalism, because I can waffle.
Exactly. That's always a good thing.
At the same time, you need to be concise. And so I shall be concise. Euro 2004, I'm half Greek Cypriot off my mother's side. I say Greece gonna win because they're the best, and I don't know much about England because I don't know much about the Premier League because I didn't like football yet. The only football game I'd seen before was a Stockport County 2-1 loss to Queen's Park Rangers.
Oh, gosh.
Because they're one of my nearest clubs.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the FA Cup final, with Cristiano Ronaldo against Millwall.
Oh, of course, yeah.
It was basically his final. That was his breakthrough final.
Yeah.
Millwall.
Millwall.
Dennis Wise's Millwall.
How the great have fallen.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, my most disliked, I don't want to say hated because it's a strong word, football clubs, Millwall are up there.
Yeah.
Milton Keynes are up there.
Yeah, Milton Keynes are up there.
And then, I'm inclined to say Stoke City because they started the decline for Bolton Wanderers when we lost 5-0 to them in the FA Cup semi-final in 2011, which we won't talk about.
Oh, no, we will talk about that later, but, later
well, yeah. Yeah, the beginning of the end for Bolton Wanderers, or the beginning of the rebirth, shall we say.
Well, rebirth, not right now, but, yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm just remembering memories of me being in an Indian restaurant with the radio, listening to every goal go in for Stoke City. And it was Jonathan Walters. He used to play for Bolton in the academy or something. Oh, no. I can't. I didn't swear about that, though.
No, you didn't swear.
But yes, Greece kept on winning every day. Dame. Shirley Bassey. Judi Dench.
Yeah?
Greece kept on winning every game, and I was like, I want to look at these Greek players once the game ends, once the tournament ends. So, I looked them up on the interwebs when I go to my dad's office, because we didn't have the internet at home back in those days.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to my dad's office and I look up. There's a Greek player. There was an article on BBC Sport. Where do they all play? There was I think he was called Dabzias or something. He plays for Newcastle or Portsmouth. Yeah. I think there was another guy who played for Newcastle. But then the one who stood out, who was star winger, was the one and only Stelios Giannakopoulos, whatever you want to call him. Yeah. John Motson kind of used both interchangeably. It's fun to shout Giannakopoulos! Yeah! And yeah, he was the number 7 for Greece and Bolton. He started in the final, and he played for Bolton from 2003 to about 2008, and then Gary Megson just dumped a load of our old heritage international players. Maybe that was the beginning of the end, who knows?
Yeah, maybe, who knows?
But again, another story for another day, maybe.
Maybe.
And because of that, I just started supporting Bolton from then on. First game to them was against Manchester City. I think Joey Barton scored in the last minute. It was a really boring 0-0 game. And Amir Khan came on at half-time, and that was the highlight.
Wow.
And funny how things turn out, because Amir Khan might take over our club now. In some sort of consortium. And I haven't really been to Bolton games at home since then. I only go to them away, in cup games, because they've been playing teams nearby me of late. I mean, I'm not going to Eastleigh. We're going to get creamed by Eastleigh if we're not careful in the FA Cup.
Yeah, that's a scary fixture, actually. They're not doing half bad in the conference, actually, I don't think.
Yeah, so. I know. But, that's next week.
Is it?
It's the next podcast, isn't it?
Of
That's
course.
the next one. We'll talk about FA Cup woes.
Well, no, because this weekend there's a championship match, and next week's FA Cup, yeah.
Yeah, so next podcast, yeah.
Yeah, should be, actually.
Oh, can't wait for that.
Can't wait. Oh my gosh. Can't wait.
Gotta look out for that.
Yeah?
So yeah, that's how I supported Bolton Wanderers, and then started collecting shirts every few seasons. And here I am, not wearing a Bolton shirt. We're not that into the podcast yet. I'm wearing a Beatles shirt, to be precise. Which is not really Boltonian. But you know, yeah, I don't sound like I'm from Bolton. I'm not from Bolton.
Mm-hmm.
I've not really been to Bolton much in my life. But I support them, and I'm proud to be a Wanderers fan mostly. Not when we bottom of the league, and they didn't really try at the start of the season. But you know, Aaron, why are you a Bristol fan?
Mine's a generic, son, father, story.
Genetic as well, then.
Yeah, genetic. Yeah, it's the genetic and generic, as you said. Haha. My dad supported City. My mum supported Rovers. Rovers.
Oh.
I always threw up then. Sorry about that. Sorry, only Rovers fans out there. My dad supported City. Took me to my first home game against Sheffield Wednesday. We
were joking about how like my mum would watch it, and then you're saying if your mum watched it, and she's a Rovers fan, and she just heard that.
Oh yeah. Hi, mum. No, anyway.
Chuck my milk over the table, and cause we're both drinking drinks that are the same colour as our team's kit.
Yeah.
So I'm drinking milk, which is white, and you're drinking
red cider. I'm not gonna say the company name because copyright stuff, but you know what I mean.
Oh, I know they're gonna come for us.
Yeah, they'll come for the little podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. What Alex just said. It's crushed red berries and lime, and that suits our team.
You make it sound really exotic for something that like 12-year-olds can drink.
Hey, it's 4% alcohol, so this is tough stuff. And we're saying about cider in our football ground, so it suits me even more. Anyway, where was I? Oh, I went to my first game at home against Sheffield Wednesday. We lost 3-0. Bearing in mind, it was
the Wednesday. They won 3-0 the weekend.
Yeah, they did actually. And after that, I don't know why. I started, Dad, can we come to these games more often? And my sister was with me, and she comes to every home game with me as well. And my granddad. Shout out to my granddad. Yeah, and he was like, yeah, sure. And we went to the occasional few games that season, and then since I was 7, we've had season tickets there at the Ashton Gate, and we've sat at different places many times. But yeah, mine's a generic, father son. He likes football. I support his team.
I'm touched.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, mine's a generic one. It's nothing special. It's not like Stelly's Euro.
Yeah, because you are a Bristolian.
Yeah, Bristolian.
You kind of sound... You just sound like generic Southerner to me.
Yeah.
That's all right. Michael Owen, generic. That could be the title of this episode.
Michael Owen and generic.
The first episode is so overrated.
I know, it is always
generic
overrated.
Michael Owen.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's great, that.
But, yeah, that's how I support City. I mean, the reason I don't support Rovers is because I'm South Bristol. That's where Ashton Gate is. That's where City is. North Bristol, the less developed area of Bristol, is where Rovers are. So I'll let you think about that on your own when you look at the stadiums. But it's nice. It's nice being a City fan.
What a podcast! We can't look.
Yeah, I know exactly. But yeah, that's about it for my introduction on City. I mean, good season last year, but this year's a bit questionable. But...
Yeah, what did you expect? You said you honestly believe Bristol are going to get promoted this season, and I haven't really laughed in your face yet.
Yeah, at the start of the season, this is true. I was saying, Alex, we're going to dominate this league, we're going to get playoffs, whatever. And then I realised, we're going to go the same formation as we're in League One. And I tell this to everyone I speak to about our formation, because our formation is, I think, we're the only team in the league who does it. It's 3-5-2. And that works in League One, because if you make a mistake with 3-5-2, it's like 2 against 2 or 2 against 3 sometimes.
Especially it's effective if you want to just cream some teams that should be in League 2 already.
Exactly. It works with League 1, League 2, because if they go at you, they're probably going to mess up. Because last year, we're against teams like Crawley, Fleetwood, they're not going to punish you on the counter-attack.
Can't wait for Fleetwood away next season.
I know, next season that's been great. Anyway, but this season, if you make a mistake in the Championship, the majority of the teams have Premiership quality, and if you mess up, and it's 2 against 3, or even worse, 2 against 4, they're going to score against you. And that's the reason why we're letting 43 goals already this season, the most in the Championship.
I didn't even think we'd let in that much.
No, Bolton, you've let in 37. We've let in 43 goals, sorry. Only Rotherham have let in less than that.
One thing I've got to be smug about over you, then.
I know, but that's the reason for our demise. I honestly thought at the start of the season, okay, we're going to get playoffs, at least playoffs. Because last season, many of you may know, we won the league easily. We dominated the league. We were top. I think every week except from 3 weeks, we weren't top. We won JPT, the greatest cup in the world.
Yeah.
JPT, the greatest.
Up there with
cup.
a milk cup. I am drinking some milk now as well.
Yeah, up there the milk cup and the Carling cup. And,
cider cup.
Yeah, the cider cup as well, and the Gloucestershire cup, up there. And I was hopeful. I mean, worst case scenario, I was thinking, okay, mid-table, I'll take that worst case scenario. But now I'm taking fourth bottom. I'll take that. At the demise of Bolton.
Just surviving.
Yeah.
Yes, the mighty demise. We pretty much agreed that one of us will survive and one of us won't.
Yeah, that's what I pretty much said. I honestly think one of us will finish third bottom, one of us will finish fourth bottom. I have hints Bolton will do it, but that's probably just being negative.
I have bad luck with the number 4, but the number 3 I do. So does that mean we're going to finish third bottom?
I mean, or it could mean you could finish third in the top half. You never know. You don't know. You never know. But
last season, I remember when Lennon was on like a winning streak. We had 6 games unbeaten run or something.
Yeah,
everyone's like, "Oh my god, Lennon could go for a late promotion push." Yeah, it's not gonna happen. And this season, everyone was like, "It's Operation Promotion for Bolton." But this season, for me, a lot of people foresaw this financial crisis were incoming. Mm-hmm. I personally, I was tweeting a Brighton fan about this. I tweeted a post just wearing my Bolton shirt saying, "Oh, I'm celebrating the mighty 2-2 draw we had with Brighton and Hove Albion yesterday." And he was like, "Well, you must be shit then." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm just holding out until we can get a new owner for next season, and then we can try and push for promotion." And he was like, "I like your honesty, kid." I think he was like 20 odd something. He was he saw me as a little Bolton boy.
Yeah, little is the key word there.
So I just basically saw us in the same place as we were last season, which was 18th place. But we're a little bit worse than 18th place.
Yeah, just a little bit. You're on 24th, but
we're at 18 points, something like that. We're a little bit
17.
I think 17, yeah.
Yeah.
Charlton are on 19.
Yeah, Charlton should be on 18, but that stupid equalising goal. Anyway.
No, I mean, Wolves did us a favour this week. I made a tweet about how Wolves' second goal scorer in their 2-0 victory over Charlton was called Lennon, so I was like, hey, Neil Lennon's done 2 favours in a day. Got 1-0 over Blackburn and an own goal for Charlton.
Yeah. Oh no, but Fulham did us favours yesterday as well.
What did they do?
They beat Rotherham, to be fair, 4-1.
Don't mention that name.
What, Rotherham?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to talk about Rotherham just for a second, if that's okay with you.
Hang on, let me just take my headphones off.
Okay. Oh, you're going to take your headphones off? Okay, you can't hear me.
Talk about Rotherham for a bit. I'm just going to go cry.
Okay. No, but talk about Rotherham. They're pretty much in the opposite of us, but in the right way with City. I don't really know Bolton's results enough to judge. But we're beating. Well, we're not beating, but we're beating. Top sides this time. We've beaten Middlesbrough away. We beat Wolves at home. We drew with Leeds. We should have beat Brighton away, but Codger missed a sitter.
Well, now you're just making excuses. This is not.
Yeah. I know. I'm just saying. But we beat the top teams, but then we lose to Rotherham 4-0. We drew with Preston. We lost.
At least we got something mutual.
Yeah, we lost something like 4-2 to Fulham or something like that. The only team around us who we've beaten is Huddersfield right now because we lost them.
I'm feeling confident against Huddersfield.
They're not a great side. If we could beat them away, I think you could beat them.
Yeah, we worked out one of the few teams that haven't been in the top flight, along with.
Well, it's us, Rotherham, MK Dons.
I told you not to talk about Rotherham.
Oh, sorry, Rotherham.
Yeah. Say the place where the Chocolate Brothers are from instead.
South Yorkshire.
No, because that could be Sheffield Wednesday.
Yorkshire.
No, because that could be Huddersfield as well.
I'll just say Chocolate Brothers. The Chocolate Brothers.
The Chocolate Brothers are from.
Yeah,
that's more exciting.
And the thing is about Rotherham, they're not beating the top teams. So I know they just beat Hull somehow. I don't know how. They beat Hull. But then they're beating, City 3-0, beat Bolton 4-0, and the highlights were literally just Bolton's. Alex showed me that.
It was great editing.
If you go to their YouTube website and look at the Rotherham 4-0 win at home to Bolton, all the highlights of Rotherham, I kid you not, I even checked it. I didn't believe it at first, but they all are.
I didn't believe it at first.
No, I didn't. I was like, what? Did they dominate that badly?
And I don't know whether your football team does it, but like the dislike ratio is always really shit for Bolton.
No, ours actually isn't half bad. I mean, ours is mostly liked because our fans, there's no booing in our stadium at all. It's really optimistic. Because I know there were a lot of fans like myself who were like, "Oh, we're gonna get top 6." The majority of fans were thinking most of the teams in the second division of English football, our Premier League or ex-Premier League, they're gonna dominate us some games, and we're not gonna finish as high as we think. I was naive to that. I thought we're gonna get top 6, but yeah. Most of our fans know that, so our fans don't dislike many videos, and there's no booing in the stadium. It's perfectly fine, actually, where we are. In terms of fans, that is. It's not too bad, actually. I mean, I went to Bolton, and the atmosphere in Bolton is just...
Yeah, you've been to Bolton more recently than I have.
Yeah, I went to... Yeah, that's saying something. I went to the Bolton 0-0 away game. To be fair, Bolton... a decent side. They probably should have beaten us. That you missed 2 open goals, scored a disallowed goal, had a penalty, missed it. And we had 1 penalty disallowed. That was our highlight. And
it's alright, we all have penalties disallowed, like in every game.
No, honestly, we have probably the worst penalty to penalty ratio ever. We've had so many penalty appeals turned down, and had so many against us. It's unbelievable.
Well,
Honestly, it's unbelievable. We've had 1 penalty this season against Charlton. We missed it. 1 penalty.
I have a strong opinion about penalties because I think the Premier League, not so much this season, but I think a lot of it's been play for penalties in football nowadays.
Yeah.
But with now Leicester, Chelsea not having Drogba,
Chelsea not having Drogba. Good point.
He didn't really do it as much last season though, because
Yeah.
he's an older man now and he didn't play as much and all that.
Yeah.
It's weird that he had to try to score now that he's older. But yeah, the dislike ratio for Rotherham 4, Bolton 0 was 15 likes, 65 dislikes.
65 dislikes?
Yeah, I'm one of the 65, 2,000 views.
You can't... I mean, I don't get how you can I'm one of those fans who says, I don't get how you can, boo your team or, abuse the team, because at the end of the day, that's football. You're going to have fights.
It's a softer way to boo, though, the dislike bar
Yeah.
on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, it is. But the players will probably still see that, won't they?
Yeah, but they won't have it directed at them as much. They might just not like the editing, how it was all... even if, I'm sure in the stats in that game, we at least had a shot off target that they could have shown.
Yeah, wait, let me check. I'm going to try and find your score. If I don't know if I can find it, I'll try and find it. BBC. Try and find Bolton's. Just find your statistics for Bolton.
I'm already on it. I can read it out.
Okay,
Yes.
tell me what the statistics are.
Possession, 57% Rotherham. Oh, the Chucker Brothers FC, sorry.
Chuck Robbers, yeah.
43, Bolton. Okay, compared to Rotherham's 18 shots on target.
18?
Yes. Oh no, sorry, no, 10 out of 18 shots on target.
Wait, you're kidding me.
Yeah, and we had 2 out of 7 shots on target. So we had 2. They were probably just well-held shots, but, I still showed them. We had 1 corner all game.
Ouch.
And it was it was like League 2 attendance, 11,000.
Yeah.
And 1,800 were Bolton fans. They all watched that.
No, but... That's the problem with Rotherham. I know we're talking a bit about Rotherham too much. I mean, Chucker Brothers FC, sorry.
Look, we're just salty that they've taken over you in the table and sent you to the relegation zone.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's only on goal difference, to be fair.
Because they scored 8 goals against our teams.
Yeah, they scored 3 against us, 4 against you, so it's...
Oh, I thought you said it was 4-0.
No, 3-0. We lost 4-0 to Burnley.
You lied earlier then.
No, we lost 4-0 against Burnley and Derby. Yeah, honestly...
We drew 0-0 with Derby, first day of the season, so we're better than you.
I mean, with the Derby, we let Tom Ince has his first ever professional career hat-trick against us, and then Burnley, Monday, we let, what's his name? Gray. We let him have his first professional hat-trick.
Who you almost bought.
I know. What's annoying? We almost bought Gray. That's hard to believe to anyone listening. But we almost bought Gray. But we offered higher price than Burnley did. We were offering 10 million plus add-ons. That's crazy for a third bottom side. But we have a billionaire owner.
I think you were like 23rd then, weren't you? Which was worrying for him, I suppose.
Yeah, and
he could have. He would have scored goals to just get you in. I'd
honestly,
say you'd at least be like 17th now.
Honestly, the chances we've been having, I'd say our shots to goal ratio is probably stupidly low because we actually dominate most of our games. We let 2 stupid goals. Like against Burnley earlier in the season, we dominated. They had 2 corners, Burnley, scored both of them from headers, and we dominated the entire game. This is early in the season, not on Monday, because we just got dominated then. What else was there? Leeds, we drew that game 2-2 to be fair. Scored last minute winner. We've done the entire game. They scored 2 stupid goals, and then we just come back. It's only when we go behind, our players think, oh, maybe we should, actually convert our chances. We actually get shots on target. We actually dominate games. Right, let me find my Rotherham game that we lost 3-0 to. Where is it?
Stats are probably better reading. Chuckrows, actually.
Yeah.
Stats are probably better than
actually, no, we only had 1 shot on target, to be fair, but we had 10...
Oh, so we beat you then?
No, but we had 10 shots.
The results are in, everyone.
We had 10 shots, 5 corners, 58% possession. We're dominating possession and shots, but we're just not converting our chances. I know he's quite overrated by some, but we have a French striker called Jonathan Kodja, who's scored about 9 goals already this season. He can't do it all. We have Wilbraham.
Whenever you say that guy's name, I just think of Kodak.
Kodak,
photos,
yeah.
Those disposable cameras, those were the days.
Exactly. But anyway, Kodja is probably our best player by far. He's insane, but he can't do it all. We have Wilbraham, who's getting old now.
Yeah, I say the same about Zach Clough.
Yeah, very true. And
he's probably going away in the transfer window. Like, just today, Trevor Birch, the guy who's sorting out our financial situation, who's sorting out Portsmouth, is saying that we're probably going to have to sell a lot of players in January. So, which is why, when we're probably going to talk about January transfer window at some point in this episode, I'm just not really going to say much. You can just steal the show there. I could tell you what we need, but, it's just no point, really. I'm not expecting much.
No, you're probably...
Lennon will find us some sort of super loan.
Yeah.
I still think we're going to get relegated. I really think they should just start playing the kids in the squad to give them a chance and start preparing for League One.
You think so?
I was originally on sack Lennon, but I want to just wait and see until we get this new owner, because I still believe we'll get it. I don't know whether we'll get it soon, before it's too late, before we're relegated, before transfer window's over. I don't think we'll get it then, but I think we'll definitely get it before next season. And I don't mind if Lennon's there in League One, because, Celtic are about League One standard, I think.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
I think. I wrote an article on that on my blog, actually, but that's another thing to plug for another day.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that.
Yeah. I think later down the line... you read that article?
No, but I was going to say... you should talk about that, because I know you've told me about your blogs before, so...
Yeah, and I'm going to start... I'll plug this on there and all that. None of this shit. Another swear. Number 5, get some much views.
It's all been you so far, to be fair.
We could count Rotherham's swear words now.
No, we can't have Gidon's swear word as well.
Rotherham's like Voldemort. It's the one that shan't be named to trigger bad memories.
Yeah, for both our clubs, yeah.
Yeah. No, Rotherham were like us. We just scraped through last season.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they probably will end up staying up.
Yeah.
I don't see MK Dons lasting the course in the Championship. They don't seem like a Championship side.
No, Charlton are actually the worst team we've played. I think they'll go down Charlton. Honestly, they're worse than Bolton. I'm not saying Bolton are bad, but they're worse than Bolton. Definitely Charlton.
I just realised that they rhyme.
What? Bolton and Charlton?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Don't name your football club something that ends with ton, the last we learned. Unless it's Everton, they're doing alright.
Yeah.
At least they can get a takeover.
Yeah. True. But, yeah, I honestly think it'll be Charlton, because they're the worst side to come to Ashton Gate by a mile.
We'll see what we think in about, say, 2 months' time.
Yeah. But if they don't go down, it'll be a disgrace to football, because they are honestly the worst side that's come to our ground. They're worse than most League One sides we had last year. I'm literally saying that. They're worse than most League One sides we had last year.
Did you see that thing that went viral last year in League One where Charlton were time wasting? I think I remember sending it to you.
Well, is that still... What's the video called?
Charlton time wasters, and they're just like doing like passing it about in the car. What's it? Because it's called Tiki Tak or something.
Charlton Time Waste. Oh, What versus the Clock? Apparently, it's got 386,000 views.
I think they were winning like 2-0.
2-1 against Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest.
That is disgusting. That was in the Championship as well.
Yeah.
How could you do that? That's so
illegal.
stupid. He's in the corner for 3 minutes.
And the other guy joins in as well.
That is... No, wait, more than 3 minutes. That's a lie. He's there for...
Yeah.
Wow, that is actually insane. No, it's actually 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Wow. That is disgusting.
Yeah. It is insane.
That's just disgusting.
So, I'm going to let you just talk about transfers for a bit while I just sit and dream.
Well, probably our main priority for City anyway. We definitely need a creative midfielder, and not just a young prospect. Our entire team is young prospects. I mean, we have likes of Joe Bryan and Nathan Baker. They're great prospects for the future, but we need someone with experience. We have Aaron Wilbraham. That's our only experienced player, but he can't play week in, week out because he's almost 40, and he's a striker. But we need a creative midfielder.
Is he older than Heskey?
I don't know how old he is. Wait, let me check.
Heskey's 36 now?
Aaron Wilbraham. How old is he? Heskey, did you say, sorry?
36.
He is 36 as well, Aaron Wilbraham. 36 as well. 21st of October. But, he's getting old, and he's a striker anyway. But what City needs is a creative midfielder, a really experienced one to guide... Well, to almost create more chances, because we need... Honestly, if we had a clinical finisher, we would win games 4-0. I'm not even kidding. But we only need 10 shots to score 1 goal, probably. And that's really disgusting, in my opinion. So we need probably an experienced creative midfielder to create even more chances. So someone like a Kevin Nolan, someone like that.
There's a rumour that he was coming back to Bolton. I didn't really believe it. It's fairy tale.
No, his wages are way too high for Bolton, I think.
Yeah. He should just go back to Sunderland and his career there, but I'm sure Sunderland don't want him because Sunderland always sign old players.
Yeah, it'll probably be like a mid-table championship side sign, like a Queen's Park Rangers or Leeds or something like that signs him. But,
yeah, I could see him at Leeds, actually.
Yeah, someone like that. I could see him in a mid-table championship side who sees him out, like, you know, once...
As long as they don't give him the number 17.
Ha! Yeah, no, they should. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we need someone like Kevin... Someone like him, because I mean, we probably could get him, but we're so reluctant to pay high wages. But we're good at paying for a fee.
Well, it's because, you know, you don't know if you're going to get relegated. It's like contracts. And
I mean, yeah, because, like I said, we've given like £10 million deals for people like Dwight Gale, Andre. Is that his first name? Gray. I was going to say Gray. I'm not sure of his first name. Gray. We could sign people for like we probably go as high as 20 million. I'm not even kidding. Our owner is that. Privileged in terms of wealth, but for some reason we're reluctant to pay any wages. That's the reason Burnley got them, and they paid like 4 million less than what we're paying, like what we paid in terms of transfer fee. So the money's there for transfer window in January, and I trust Steve Cottrell.
I'd say it's about 10-12 million.
Yeah, and I trust Steve Cottrell to get us the goods because in our last season, League One, let's just say, when we won the league and won the best cup in the world, JPT.
Second time you mentioned it.
Yeah, it's the best cup in the entire world. Yeah.
Right, okay, you've won the debate.
Anyway,
especially when I finish my milk now. I can't vouch for
exactly.
Milk.
And in that summer, he signed players really early. He signed the likes. I mean, you probably won't know any of them, like Corey Smith, Aidan Flint, Aaron Wilbraham. He signed some great players who pretty much won us that league and the cup. So I trust him. But what I don't trust is the owners, Steve Lansdowne, to pay the wages for our players. Like I said,
what's his name? Lansdowne.
Steve Lansdowne. He's one of the. He's like
down.
Lansdowne.
Not good.
But let me check how much he. Steve Lansdowne.
Very superstitious.
Yeah, very superstitious. To be fair, his net worth is $2 billion. That's our owner.
How did he make his money?
He has his own financial business, financial services.
Yeah, finance. Yeah.
Yeah, he is insanely rich. Like I said, we can fork out millions for players, but it's the wages that we just cannot compete with. But anyway,
Yeah.
so I was going to say we need Nolan, but we probably won't pay his wages doing us. So we need an experienced creative midfielder. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but anyone experienced. And probably another striker. At the start of the season, I would say, no, we got Codger, we got Wilbraham, we got Agard. Those the three, well, Codger wasn't there last season. There's Agard and Wilbraham. They're the ones who pretty much got us to the championship last year. I was thinking, okay, if we get Codger as we did, well, we don't need another striker in the Champions transfer window if we ever need one. But now I'm thinking,
look, if you don't need a striker, just give us one.
Yeah. We'll just give you Agard. Yeah, don't worry about it. He's injured anyway. But
if you have Wilbraham on, the combined age would be even higher than what it was with Johnson and Heskey up front last season.
Exactly.
It makes me mad that we couldn't even afford Johnson to stay on for another season, so instead he went off to China.
Yeah.
I want Adam LaFondra with the new owner to buy him, but Eddie Davis is doing nice enough. When we get a new owner, he's going to write off all the 180 odd million.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, and he made his money through a kettle.
Yeah.
Is your kettle a new one? Like, does the lid click
when
it's done? He invented that.
He invented that?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, some guy on Twitter tweeted me about it. It was really nice of him.
Are you kidding me?
Nah. But he's a very secretive guy.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's insane.
It is.
But, yeah. At the start of the season, I'd say we don't need a striker. But now we do need another striker. One who's a clinical finisher, not just one who needs 10 shots to score a goal. Codger's great. He has loads of shots, but he cannot carry the team.
Heskey's taken about 10 shots all season, and then he finally got his first goal.
Yeah, but at least, you've still scored 17 goals or something like that. We've only scored 20-something. You're close behind us. And we have loads more chance than you, I'm pretty sure. I mean, if you look at stats, you probably have much
You've got
more
a higher
shots
top scorer. Codger's got 9.
Yeah. And I don't know how many your top scorer is. I actually don't know who your top scorer is. Is it Heskey? Who is your top goal scorer?
It's Feeney and Medine tied with 4, then Clough's on 3. Heskey scored 1, so if you think you're funny, you're not, Aaron. You're not funny.
Medine and then Clough, 3, sorry.
3, yeah.
Feeney. Trying to remember. Is he the midfield? No, he's not.
Liam Feeney.
What position does he play? Liam Feeney. I actually don't know what position he plays. I don't. Oh, he's a fielder. Okay.
Yeah.
He's number 7.
I want to say midfield. I just want short, so sneakily typing it in.
Yeah. 7.
Yes, he was from Millwall. My favourite.
Yeah, your favourite club.
Yes.
Yeah, they're up there with MK Dons and.
MK Dons. Rotherham might as well join there now.
Yeah, Rotherham. Yeah, we've hated them enough to put them up there.
Yeah.
And who else could
I forgot to mention the Chocolate Brewers, but
Yeah.
Hey-ho.
And probably Bristol Rovers can go up there as well. And Swindon and.
Swindon, are they your rivals?
Yeah, well.
Well, not anymore. Are they in League 2? Or
they're League 1.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get used to League 1 teams now.
Yeah, me too.
I used to call it a joke league, because it's just like a gateway between League 2 and Championship.
No, but...
League 2 where you're fighting for your lives. Championship, you're fighting for Premier League.
No, but what's stupid is, the leap from League 2 to League 1 is not that bad. But if you go from League 1 to Championship, as proven by City, it's almost as if it's Premier League B.
Championship's like in the top 20 richest leagues in the world.
It's almost Premier League B. Honestly, that's what it is right now. We have we probably have...
And it even isn't, because you see teams like Bournemouth struggling to pull away. They've got a bloody transfer embargo.
Yeah, but it is honestly a Premier League B. That's what I honestly think, because you have teams like Middlesbrough, Derby, Hull, those insanely good teams.
Bolton,
of course. Bolton, they're an established Championship side.
Thank you.
Yeah,
established
for maybe another season or two. But
yeah, I'm worried because there's teams like Coventry and Sheffield United that were established in the Championship, and look where they are now, League 1.
I mean,
it's a punishment for never really.
Coventry are the playoffs right now, but Sheffield United, they've been in League 1 for years. They were saying when they went down in 2009, I might be wrong. I don't know much about Sheffield United, but when they went down, I know they're all saying, "Oh, we're gonna go promoted straight away."
I should, but we both prefer Wednesday.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I prefer United actually because they're much nicer. They actually respected it. They respected us when we were League 1. They weren't just like, "Oh, when they first joined the league, they were like, "Oh, we're the best team in the league. We're gonna storm this league," and they've been there for years and years. But, I don't mind Sheffield United as a team, but as you were saying, if Bolton and City go down, I honestly think City have more chance of going straight back up. I don't think we would, and neither would Bolton. I don't think.
No,
But I honestly think we would struggle.
I think top half.
Because you look at, like I said, if you look at Barnsley, they're in a relegation fight right now.
That's another one I was trying to say. A team that was stuck in the Championship for
Barnsley,
ages.
they're in a relegation fight right now. Blackpool, well, we know about their demise. They're
Yeah, and we live near Blackpool in Bolton.
Yeah.
So it's like a worrying model to follow.
I mean,
there's not as much protesting against the owner and people in wheelchairs storming the pitch, but
yeah. And then there's ones like Peterborough. I mean, they're in the playoffs right now.
Teams like Peterborough and Scunthorpe that have been in the Championship but never really get much further.
They don't get established themselves. They go down after 1 or 2 seasons.
Championship is one of the most dangerous leagues, like.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't mind. I mean, I wouldn't mind if it got relegated, but I would actually accept it because I honestly think it's a Premier League B. I mean, it's because of the parachute payments and everything else like that leads on to teams still inheriting Premier League.
Yeah,
talents.
that's how the financial crisis has been subsidised in Bolton, not like boiled over in the past few years. Like parachute payments ended now. That's one of many things. I mean, of course, I don't know it all. I can't act like I know it all. I'm just a 17-year-old boy, as I said for the second time now.
Yeah,
getting rather repetitive now. You know.
Oh, I did say
at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, yeah, I'm 18. I should have said that. I'm 18.
Oh, yeah. You're the elder.
I'm the elder. Well, yeah.
You're the elder, wiser one.
The elder, wiser one.
Tell me everything you know.
Bolton are shit. Oh, sorry. My first swear. Yeah.
I'm disgraced.
I'm sorry.
Setting a bad example to me.
I'm sorry. I mean, Bolton.
You should discipline me when I swore earlier.
I mean, Bolton are decent. We'll go with that.
Passable? No, not passable.
Yeah. No, we'll go.
Half the squad is not passable.
No, but I actually don't like the Championship, the state it's in right now. I mean, it's good for a neutral perspective. I mean, if you're a neutral and you go to like a Forest game or any Championship game, why don't I say Forest? I don't know, naming random Championship side. You would be enjoying pretty much substandard Premier League stuff, like probably bottom half Premier League standard.
Well, you could say like Cardiff as well.
Cardiff, you'd be saying bottom half Premier League standard, and I honestly mean that. I think anyone in the top half in a Premiership, even people below top half, like QPR and Nottingham Forest, even they could compete in the Premiership.
Alright.
I mean,
Aston Villa, people are saying are relegated already. Where would you put Aston Villa in the league now?
Well, they would struggle. I think
in the Championship right now, where would they be?
I think they'll be near the. I think they would honestly be in bottom 3. They're gonna do. I think they're gonna do what Blackpool did. They're gonna.
Or Bolton.
Or Bolton. Or Bolton. That they stay in the They stay in the Premiership. Maybe punching above their weight a bit. Not Bolton as such. They were quite good back in the day. But they're punching above their weight. Like Sunderland, punching above their weight. I think if Aston Villa, they will get relegated. I mean, that's unquestionable right now. I honestly think. I think they'll have a demise. I think they'll stay in League One for years and years, and then maybe go to the Championship in like 10 years' time or something. That's my opinion.
And then Salford City will leapfrog.
Oh yeah, Salford BBC City. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
I can't wait to start going to Salford games. That'll be fun.
But you go to Salford games?
Well, it's near to me, and depending if I specifically go to uni there.
Yeah, true.
Like some of my uni options, I've got I could go Nottingham Forest. I could go to Leeds, but that's just Championship football, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there's teams that are above Bolton. Well, there's Salford City where you get into like love for a non-league club, but now it's like I'm not a hipster.
Yeah.
Because they were hipster back.
I mean, any news I want to go to. I think there's no any long league sides. I mean, Bournemouth, that's a Premier League side. Worcester.
Oh, there's non-league sides anyway.
Oh, Worcester. There's Worcester. They're non-league side. They beat Coventry last year in the FA Cup, actually. I remember that.
What exotic league are they in?
I actually don't know, but I know they did beat Coventry. Worcester City, I think that's Worcester City FC.
Oh, were they in the cup?
Yeah, they beat last year. They beat Coventry away. Yeah, it's like 2. So Worcester City versus Coventry. Let me find it. Where is it? Yeah, they beat Coventry 2-1 in the cup in November last year. Surprisingly.
That's it.
But yeah, it says Worcester City I could go to. If I go to East Anglia, there's Norwich and Ipswich. So Premier League or Championship.
Headphones fell out. Spectacular.
Oh, I heard that. That was spectacular.
Yeah,
actually.
it was a solid smack on the keyboard.
Who else is? What else? Aberystwyth. I think Aberystwyth are the football team. It's probably
in the Welsh League.
In the Welsh League. I can watch Welsh League football.
Right. My article that I wrote about how to rejuvenate Scottish football. I propose they should make a British league. It's controversial. It's all in the article, but I made a hypothetical league for like Northern Irish, Welsh, and Scottish teams, which eventually they can't really afford to travel that far. But I just didn't, hypothetically.
Yeah.
And I found out there's a team in the Welsh First Division, like the Second Division, but it's like the First Division because it's not the Premier League.
Yeah.
Called Garden Village.
You're kidding
FC.
me.
Yeah, it's just called. It's like a garden centre of a football team. It's like a village, Garden Village.
Oh my god, I found it. Garden Village FC Wrexham or something.
It's
It's a
not
club
that
based.
near to Aberystwyth.
No, based in Swansea, South West Wales, and currently playing in the Welsh Football Division 2.
That's the one.
Wow, what's a stadium like? I'm about to go. Oh.
Is it a garden centre?
Oh,
like
that's
a train that goes around the ground.
The stadium is actually questionable, but it's not half bad,
Describe it.
Ooh. How do you?
I'll close my eyes.
Imagine
Talk to me.
Imagine a picturesque, green
Garden Village.
with
AFC.
with one singular stand, and then the rest standing, surrounded by forestry.
Which side is it? Is it on like a side or is it?
It's on the left side. I don't describe
This is great. Is it a wide stand or is it a short stand?
It's a very short stand.
Is it a goal end stand?
No, it's not a goal end stand. It's on.
Right.
It's on the side. It's on one of the longer edges of the pitch.
Isn't that capacity like 2,000? Or is it not even that?
But it's a very tiny one. It's got black and white seats. It's a very
That's not very
picturesque.
garden villagey.
No, but it's full of greenery and it's top notch. So there's that. And what's my other place we go to? Oh, Kingston. There's AFC Wimbledon there. So, and my cousins support
Oh,
them.
that'd be fun.
They're
that.
probably my second team if I had a second team. Be AFC Wimbledon. So I won't be
Go
too
to
bothered.
that uni. Yeah, you'd be happy there.
I'll be happy. I'll be happy there for football.
And AFC Wimbledon, I want to see rise through the ranks of football.
Yeah, I mean,
I think they've got to get past the Akinfenwa days, and then
no, but Akinfenwa is just you can't replace Akinfenwa. You just can't.
There was a rumour that Bolton were going to buy him and Wimbledon rejected, but Akinfenwa and Heskey this season would have been amazing.
Why did you sign him?
Wimbledon rejected it because we're Bolton.
Because they think we might be in the same league next year.
Didn't make
Because Wimbledon might get promoted.
I think they are in the top half, Wimbledon.
Well, yeah, they might get promoted, and then wait, where are they in the table? Let me see.
But we didn't make any paid signings this season.
Yeah.
So if we made an offer, it would have been like 80 grand or something dire like that.
Oh, they're 12th in their league actually.
I put Akinfenwa at about 800k.
He scored 5 goals, Akinfenwa, and Wimbledon are 12th. So
That's 4 more than Heskey.
yeah, that's very true, and that's the same as Wilbraham, our second top goal
And
scorer.
he would probably beat Heskey in a race. Heskey's just big.
Yeah, and he's probably a lot stronger than Heskey. He's the strongest player in FIFA, so I mean,
Yeah.
cannot deny that. He's just.
You could bench press 2 Heskies.
Yeah, he probably could actually easily. But yeah, Wimbledon could go up, and Bolton could go down, and then you could.
But that's like 6 Michael Owens he could bench press.
I
I thought we're kind of coming to the end of this podcast. We could bring back the Michael Owen theme to sign us off.
Michael Owen theme, yeah, exactly. Michael Owen. We still need him in the podcast one day.
Yeah, bring his mustache, him and his mustache on.
But
If he were that as a player, he would have been so much more respected and less pushed around.
but Bolton are quite respected, aren't they?
No, I meant Michael Owen with a mustache.
I
He
thought
had
we
that,
meant Bolton. I was like,
Bolton growing a mustache?
no, I thought we meant Bolton are respected and
Yeah. We're like a Premier League club playing really poorly in the Championship.
just a
Like
bit.
our facilities and that.
Yeah, just a bit poorly. I mean, you're probably better than Celtic. I mean,
we've got... Yes.
yeah.
And I kind of... Well, you can argue we are, but then Neil Lennon's got a better win ratio with Celtic than he has with us.
Yeah,
But,
but anyone could have taken his job and got the title how many times he got
Yeah.
it. I mean,
I don't think I could have, but
no, but
I got sacked by them on Football Manager.
did you really?
I think, that's another story for another day.
You got sacked. Well, we need to talk about that another day.
Oh.
But no, Celtic.
Back when Bolton versus Bristol happens, we'll hype it up, and then it'll be a 0-0 draw. We'll all be like, oh, we're doomed, and then we'll just talk about Football Manager.
Yeah, when is City against Bolton? You need to come down for that if we do play them. When we do play
What,
them.
do the podcast live?
Yes, we could do it live.
Oh, I can't wait.
Live. Wait, let me check actually fixtures. Hopefully it's on a Tuesday night, so you can't come down then properly. Let me see actually. Bolton.
Hopefully it is.
Bolton, 19th of March.
Sounds like a fun
Saturday.
date.
You need to
Saturday.
Yeah, come down and we can do a live podcast.
I'll try not to book some sort of uni taster day then. Right. March 19th, podcast live. We'll live stream it, everything, yep.
Yep, live stream.
Tell your friends, be there. Thank you for listening to a long Trotted A Robin podcast. Oh, our nicknames are the Trotters and the Robins. Guess we didn't really establish that.
Oh, yeah, we didn't establish that.
Oh well, you only live once.
Yeah.
I have been Alex.
I have been Aaron.
And we
What?
I tried.
We tried to end, but we kind of
Tried to end. Go on, Aaron, take the mic.
Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed.
No, we already said this.
Tune in next.
Michael Owen.
Oh,
if we're
Michael
going to
Owen.
be repetitive.
Michael Owen.
Please come on our podcast.
I hope you tune in next week for who are Bolton playing next week? I'm just wondering, quickly checking before we end off the podcast.
I think it's Huddersfield and Eastleigh.
So East Huddersfield, Eastleigh, and we've got Reading away and West Brom away.
Yeah, it's Huddersfield.
Yeah, 9th of January we have West Brom away. So
I think we can have Huddersfield 1-0. In a dream world, I'd love it to be 2 because I don't be biting my nails for the whole game, worrying we're going to concede another bloody late goal.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. What are your predictions just for next week?
1-0 Clough, so we can have 3 players on 4 goals.
And then Eastleigh?
Interesting. Bring a bit of competition to the goal. Eastleigh, we will discuss that on the next episode of the podcast.
Okay. I think we'll lose to Reading 2-1. I'm positive. Okay.
That's nice and positive.
Yes, it's nice and positive. It's a positive way to end the podcast.
I'm also positive that we should end the podcast.
Yes. Thank you for listening and see you whenever.
Peace out.
Next week.